welcome back to Cooking with Casey. Today we are going to be making some really fun Rice Krispie snacks. We're making some sandals. Woo! I am really excited to show you guys how to do this because it's very easy and it's also very yummy. So let's get started. What I first want for everyone to make sure they have is an adult present because we are going to be using the stove today. We are going to cook down the butter and marshmallows to make the Rice Krispie treats first, and then I'm going to show you guys how to form our sandals. So what we need for the Rice Krispie treats is we need some butter. We also need some marshmallows. You can use mini marshmallows or you can use regular size marshmallows. I like the mini ones because I just feel like they melt quicker. There's no other real reason behind it. They melt quicker. And then you also need some Rice Krispie treats, or some Rice Krispie cereal. And probably a couple measuring cups. I'm using a 1/2 cup measuring cup for these just because of the amounts we're gonna use. Just seems fairly easy. So I'm going to take about 2 tablespoons of butter. So I have 1, 2. Okay. And I'm going to plop that right down in here. And I'm just going to kind of spread it around in here. And then I'm going to turn on the stove and let that start heating up. While that starts to melt, you want it to start getting almost fully melted before you add in any marshmallows. I'm making a 1/2 batch of the Rice Krispie treats, so I only need 2 cups of my mini marshmallows to go with the amount of butter that I put in. So this is a 1/2 cup, so I will need 4 of these total. But I'm gonna come over here. You can already see the butter is melting, so we're gonna stir it around, make sure it's all evenly moved around. And you can already see it starting to bubble, so I'm gonna turn it down just a little. All right, and that's almost all the way melted. So we're gonna start putting in our mini marshmallows. 1, 2, that's 1 cup. 3, and 4. That equals 2 cups. Okay, so now I'm gonna stir around the mini marshmallows. This is the other reason I guess I do like it to be mini, because I think it's easier to stir them. When they're the big ones, it's a little harder. But I just stir it in with the butter, get it all coated in it. And I'm gonna just kind of slowly stir this around until this begins to slowly melt. You can already tell that they are not really individual mini marshmallows anymore. They're kind of one big clump. So they're starting to melt. We're getting there. Once we are done melting this, we are going to add 3 cups of the Rice Krispie treats. And since I'm using that 1/2 cup measure, that means I need 6 scoops of the Rice Krispie treats to make 3 cups. All right, that is almost done. I'm gonna turn it down a little lower so that it doesn't burn. Put that on top of my knife. All right, so I've got my Rice Krispie cereal. I'm gonna do 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like to shake it to make sure I don't have too much in there. 5, and 1 more. 6. All right. you're gonna mix this all around. And you're gonna keep mixing it until it's completely covered. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the stove at this point because otherwise we might burn the Rice Krispies. It smells really good, doesn't it, Mom? So yummy. Okay, so right now, as you can see, it's really loose because it's still really hot. So what we want to do is I'm going to have you guys look over here. And I am going to place all of this into a pan, just like that. And I'm gonna let that cool on the side. So while this cools, or when it cools, I guess I should say, you guys can take parts of the Rice Krispies and kind of smush it together like this. Just tear off little chunks and smush it into like an oval shape. And smush, smush, smush. Because if this was hot, it would burn my hands. And it probably wouldn't be ready to stick together. My fingers would also get very, very sticky because the marshmallow is still very hot. All right. So now that I have my feet formed, I'm going to stick on my little bits of the sandals. So what this is, if I can get it off of here. There we go. What this is just pieces that I had cut off of a fruit roll-up. I rolled it out and I cut little pieces of it. So I'm going to put that on there kind of at a diagonal all the way down to the bottom. And then I'm going to do this one. And I'm going to kind of overlap them a little bit. Oops. There we go. So that it has that little sandal look. Just like that. And then I stick one of my M&Ms on the middle of it to secure it. And that way it looks kind of like a little sandal. Flip-flop. It's a flip-flop. It is a flip-flop. Sandals go like this. Thanks, Mom. Boom. Do this side. And these don't have to be so exact because if you have a really long piece like this, you can just fold it all the way under and then nobody sees it. Boop. All right. Last one. Fold that under. And the other side. Fold it under. Make sure everything is still on. Just like that. And there you guys have it. You can add those to my little pile here. And I'm gonna eat this one because I can. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Remember, make sure you have an adult with you to help you cook the Rice Krispie treats, and make sure you let this cool off before you start handling it. But I hope you guys enjoy this snack, and I would love to see some pictures of it. Have a great day, guys!